Okay, so here I am waiting for the servers to come back online, and I'm building my American deck. So I built this first in the stream, and now I'm just going to go through it again and explain what everything's doing. And this should hopefully help you in your adventures. Whoa, not having a good time speaking today. First unit, Cavalry Scouts, very OP, so they bring the Javelin, and the Javelin's really quite good because of its top attack. And it's good range, and they've got their own Recon. So these are basically your Wargame Red Dragon Maglan equivalents. So I bring as many of them as I can, which is 4, and I bring them in the Bradley CFV, which is the Scout Bradley off Warno, and well, an upgraded version of the Scout Bradley off Warno. And I've got it with the extra armor, which in hindsight, probably not a good idea. But you can get active protection on it. Ooh, so how much armor do you get? So the armor's still not great, so it would probably still die in one shot to tank shell. But the active protection would definitely help. What does the upgraded engine do? What is that? Backward speed, forward speed. Does that include on roads? At the end of the day, I want to spam Cavalry Scouts, so I want the IFV that they come into as cheap as possible, but what's the difference between these two? This has better protective ability. This has better recon ability. The idea that I want is that this has a TOW 2 on it. It sees the enemy first. So we're going for damage, like glass cannon-esque damage, as opposed to trying to armor up what is always just going to be an IFV, right? It's never going to be as armored as a tank. And so I think the glass cannon thing would benefit from a bit of speed. For 10 extra points, I would appreciate a bit of speed, so we'll get the bit of speed. Next, I've got a Recon tank, which is exactly what it says on the tin. Sadly, so you've got total points, but you've also got points within a tab, which is a bit weird. So I can't get 2 Recon tanks, it would be too expensive. And I've also got this. This is just a scout car, but it turns out you can actually put TOWs on them, as I learned last game. Some guy beat me up with that. And, so these go, right, okay. We'll get to that. So I do actually want this. So I'll get rid of the Force Recon, probably don't need that. Because I do want the TOWs. So, Scout Snipers. In one of the previous games that I played, I don't know which order I'll upload everything in, all my things kept exploding. And I was like, why is this happening? I can see everything around me. There's no enemies. There were. He was spamming Scout Snipers everywhere, and I couldn't see them because they have 3 stealth. So we're going to get rid of the OP rifle. I don't really care about having a 50 cal. That's weird. Armor points. So if you don't bring the... You can carry more body armor if you don't bring the anti-material rifle. I don't really care for the weapons. I just need them for the recon. So that's why that's like that. And because we don't care for the weapons, don't care about the lav either. So I'm going to swap it out for that. Great. And now I can spam as many of these as possible because that's how I lost that previous game. The enemy was spamming these, and that really seemed to help him quite a lot. And yeah, basically another thing to mention about this game is that the servers don't work. Basically another thing to mention about this game is that, so let's say I buy this and it dies. In like 5 to 10 minutes, the card regenerates. So it's not like Warno or Wargame or Broken Arrow, Red Dragon or Steel Division. It is Broken Arrow, and in Broken Arrow, if you use this and it dies, in 10 minutes the card regenerates. So that's a way to make the games last longer, I guess. I prefer shorter games, but if you enjoy that, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. So, that's our Recon tab. Other notable things, Force Recon. This is basically just a Recon squad that can fight other infantry and vehicles quite well. Green Ops. Black Ops. Okay, so that's for like CQC. And this is for trees. Although I've noticed they've all got silencers on them. Their stealth rating is quite high, actually. Oh, 2.5 is the default for Recon, it seems. Recon Infantry. Cool. But yeah, we're not going to be doing Force Recon. But that is something that you could do if you wanted to. And I've seen people use that to great effect. The idea is sort of like Jäger-Aufklärer in Warno, where they will survive slightly longer, so you use them sort of as like a spongy Recon. But we're not going to be going for that today, but that option is there. Notable mentions. This thing, B-Fist. No clue, mate. I don't know what it's about. It seems to have high recon power because it's got a massive camera on it, and you can upgrade the camera to add even more camera. This has 2000 for comparison. And this is just the camera version. And yeah, you can have a better engine. I see, so this is better optics and better engine. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting something comparative as a transport for something else. I don't really need that. And this is like the one off Warno, so it's got no gun. It's just rubbish. And for 10 points more, you can get one with a Bushmaster, so why on earth would anybody get this? Because it's got 2,400 recon power, whereas this only has 2,000. Unless I upgrade it, in which case it has 2,400 recon power. So I don't see the point in this unless they like half the price, because it's got no gun. I mean, M240 doesn't really count. So yeah, that's the recon tab, so we'll save that before it disappears. Infantry tab. So I've been spamming Marines recently. I've been spamming a lot of Marines, and in hindsight, not a good idea, because they're so expensive, and their transport is so expensive. Probably because I have the extra armor on it. Don't need that. But yeah, they're not cheap. Marine Raiders are a bigger squad for less points. But their anti-tank is worse. No, hang on, you can make them stand off. What? Oh, but then they cost more. Okay. Then they cost more than the other Marines. There's an interesting trade-off. So you can get Marine Raiders for like CQC, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess nothing. That's exactly what they're for. They've got the CQ things. They've got the grenade launchers, 2 grenade launchers, 4 shotguns, big squad, 14 men. Or you can get regular Marines who have 13 men. For some reason they cost more. I guess it's the better anti-tank, because this AT4... Can we do a comparison? We can try. The AT4... What? The AT4 has less damage than the Law, which has a smaller warhead. Is that... That doesn't make any sense. The Law can also shoot infantry. You can also shoot helicopters with both of them. The Law has a larger blast radius. The Law has better range, because it's got a lower minimum range. Oh, the pen. The pen's the big one. Right, so it's going to deal a little bit less damage, but it's actually going to break through the armor. 450 versus 66. So if you want to be able to fight vehicles, you probably want the regular Marines. But they are expensive, and so I'm going to be massively downgrading my Marine commitment. And that will allow me to bring more of these guys, which are a Dragon 2 team. With 2 Dragon 2s, so this is like the Metis squad. And look, they bring 50 cows. It's a bit of an odd squad by Warno standards. And these guys are good, because they've got... Basically, there's going to be only a few situations where you need AT4s, right? There's going to be a lot more, or laws. These guys bring AT4s. There's going to be a lot more situations where the enemy is 1,000 meters away, and you need the dragon, although this only goes up to 800. So bring that. Bring 1 set of Marine Raiders in case we really need them. Don't care too much about the... We want the fast transport, really. What? We want the fast transport, really. Select the truck. Clear that. Select the truck. No, I want the car. There we go. What the hell was going on there? So you click this, you click that, and you send them in, and it just comes in with the truck, but it comes in with the IFV thing, the tracked thing. But if we... Yeah. So we fixed it. So we've got a couple Marine Raiders in case we need them. Tow teams, reasonably good standoff. Oh. Well, I want that. Saber team. Look how he's carrying it. He's literally just carrying the whole thing. That'd be a good screenshot if I could hide the tab and just get the guy. This is how you know I'm not sponsored by Steel Balalaika or Slytherin. This is how you know I'm not sponsored, because I'm pointing that out. Other people would probably not. So, could get 2 of those. And yeah, just a realization that Marines are just not worth it. There's also mech engineers. So these guys have got s'mores and shotguns. So they're like another CQC squad, I guess. All wearing their nice gas masks. The ESV, Blam. So it's got toes on it. And it's got some sort of mine clearing thing. Not sure how much difference that makes. Not going to bother with those. This is our AA. Sadly, you don't just get Stinger teams. You actually have to get like a team of infantry with a Stinger. So that can be a bit weird. So I found last game that I could never bring enough Stingers. So I'm going to bring some more Stingers. And what is... So just S'more is a 4-man team with 2 S'mores. S'mores can shoot at infantry. What's a SRAW? Is that like a s'more again? That can only shoot at vehicles. So that's like an that's like an N-law, I guess. Like an N-law. But yeah, this is some sort of like small team. These are in Red Dragon actually, but they're not in Warno. And yeah, basically you try to just blat enemies with bunches of rockets, but the range is only 400 anyway, so you got to get in normal range, and then you've not got a lot of HP, so I don't really like those. So with our remaining 90 points, can't see us needing more than... and this is another thing, an issue with the game, is that so if you bring your Marine Raiders as door kickers, you cannot bring another card as standoff. So you can't bring one as standoff, one as door kickers, you got to choose one or the other. I guess that's probably a balance thing, potentially. So yeah, we're not going to be bringing the standoff one because that's what the regular Marines are for. So we're going to be bringing door kickers. So that's interesting. And you can also get mech rifle MMG, which is like mech rifle normal, except cheaper and without any AT ability, so we're not getting that. So yeah, I think we've got all our bases covered. To be honest, probably not going to need most of this infantry. And yeah, just trying to up-vet. I'm just trying to increase things. You can't up-vet in this game, which is a shame. It'd be cool if like that would be an additional decision. But you can change the loadouts. So yeah, there's no training and stuff like that, it seems. Everybody's trained the same. But yeah, if you've got a big squad, presumably you're going to do a lot more damage. So these door kickers only have a range of 400. 300 with the shotguns. Got slugs in them. And if you get the standoff one, they'll have a range of 600. With the rifles. Yeah, I'm bringing them as door kickers because that's sort of the point of what I want them for. If I want standoff, I'll bring some of these guys, some of these guys. So, where can we spend our points? Nowhere. We're just left with 35 points. I could bring an extra transport for this. No, I can't. I can't even do that. Armor package. What? Interesting. So you can put armor on it for free, but it makes it so you can't bring supplies anymore, and it doesn't even change the speed, and it does increase the HP. So we're going to be doing that. Might as well, I mean it's practically free. This you could put a grenade launcher on it, but this is really just a battle taxi. It's quite a slow one as well, so that's not what I really want it for. Might as well put this as B-kit armor as well. Why not? It's free, no complaining. And the regular Marines. To be honest, I don't really rate this thing at all. I mean, it's got a grenade launcher on it. To be honest, it's only 5 points more than the other one. It's just I prioritize speed. Although we've got these guys. Right, Crayon Core Infantry tab completed. Only 4 tabs to go. Vehicle tab. So this is just a TOW2 on wheels, so I bring that, spam that out, and I don't bother with the... What does this do? Makes the TOW2 better. But also makes it more expensive. I don't mind just spamming regular TOW2s. It brings enough of them that it's not going to be a problem. This is the best tank in the game. So it's the M1A2 SEP V3 trophy. So it's got the active protection system, it's got the Tusk 2 armor, it's got 2 rounds of smoke, 4 APS. It just seems to perform a lot better than the Armata for 10 points less. And I've spoken to other people about it and they agree. So the idea is this is the best tank. This is the second best tank. And so we spam those out. And then behind that, we've got a bunch of just the worst tanks. So it's just a gun on wheels. And the idea is that this is, you know, because the range should be the same. 1,200 meters. What about the hash? 1,200. 14. Oh, okay. That's actually a problem. 1,400. Yeah. So the idea was that you get the cheap tanks behind the good tanks and they all shoot at once, but because of the range discrepancies, that might not happen. So we just need to be careful to make sure that these don't go in front of the actually armored tanks with their active protection systems. So that's the vehicle tab. Might as well. So other notable mentions, there's just loads of tanks, and it's very difficult to know which one's worth bringing and which one's not. Like, which one's better? You see what I mean? And then you can actually up armor this one and put jammers on it and stuff like that. So it's very difficult to know. It's very difficult to know. Support tab. It's just the servers are back up, so I'll just finish this later, guys. I'll just finish this later. Need to get a game. Alright, so it said that I could play the game, and then I tried to join the game and it broke. So back to making a deck. I did take time off university to play this game, and I regret my decision intensely because I can't actually play the game. It's entirely my own fault. Entirely my own fault. Support tab. Pivads. This thing is actually pretty good in this. It can also shoot at infantry, and it will quite happily shoot at tanks. It doesn't really do too much to them, but it'll have a good go, and it's pretty funny. You can up armor it if you want and add smoke to it, but I don't see the point. So for 20 points when it's only, oh my gosh, we can play the game. Right, so here we are back in the deck creation. Did you miss me? Should all be one video. Shouldn't actually notice that there was a cut here. So Pivads, we spoke about this. I like the Pivads. I think it's pretty good. SHORAD, short range air defense. SHORAD. This is like your supply giver. Sadly, it's tracked, so I'm actually going to get rid of that and replace it with the wheeled supply giver, which can also carry more supply, because this can only carry 5,000 weight, and this can carry 15,000 weight. It's less armoured. Who cares? An artillery piece is still going to destroy this. It's not going to make a difference. So you might as well just bring the one that can carry more. And we'll bring 2. Because we can. So we got the Pivads. These are just mortars for smoke. They also deal reasonable HE in this. I don't see the point in up armoring them. Just make sure they don't get shot. Patriot for long range air defense system. That's always a good time. And you can choose how many missiles you want on it. You can add self-defense. Don't think it needs it. Don't really care about the armor. It's probably not going to make a huge amount of difference. Yeah, I mean, wow. Incredible. Probably not going to make a difference. It's only 5 points though. And you can carry it with why have I got 4? You can carry it with 4 missiles or 2. So instead of carrying 4 with 2 missiles, I might as well carry 2 with 4 missiles, and you see that it adds the extra missile back here. So the customization in this game is really cool. And MLRS, and I'm using it with the cluster. In fact, I want to try it with the attackums. Because you can laze targets and then get the attackums to... So it's a cluster big boy missile. It's a shame you can't see the actual tubes. But it only carries 2, right? As opposed to like 24 of these, perhaps? Or was it 12? Don't recall. So yeah, that's the attackums, and you can use lasers to laze them in. So we'll try regular cluster if I get a chance to play the game. As you can see, the servers are broken. And this thing is like, it's got hellfires on it. It's a bit odd. But usually it would have stingers on it. And the linebacker is like a bushmaster that shoots in the air or something. Or I guess maybe the linebacker is the stinger. But then what is Shorad? And then, but this is Shorad, but instead of actually having the AA, it's got Hellfires, which can shoot helicopters but not planes. And presumably the range against helicopters is not the best thing ever. Yeah, this is 2,000 meters and this is 1,800. Hellfires, interesting. Interesting. Well, I want it for Shorad, right? So surely the Stingers are better. Surely. And I don't see the point in armoring it if it's an AA system. So that's that. And we got 10 points spare. Incredible. Just save that. And then last tab. No, it's not. Helicopters. The Osprey. I've never really had a chance to use this. Can be good for... I'm not sure if it does do paradrops. I'm not sure if it does. I think it just lands. And the question I keep asking myself is, well, why not just buy the Venom, which is cheaper? King Stallion, what the hell is that? Okay. And you can put machine guns on it. That's just a bad Venom, I guess. Oh, the Venom can only seat 8 people, whereas the Super Stallion can seat 30. So that's the difference. And the Osprey can seat 26. And it's 5 points more. These are apparently a very, very unsafe vehicle. Something to do with these things turning round just makes them, you know, if it just pops off and they, you know, everybody has a bad time. So not a very safe vehicle. You can put a minigun on it if you really want. Yeah, so the Venom's for the small squads and the Osprey's for the big squads, I guess. It's just the difference in price is quite substantial. And the Super Stallion, does it say how fast it goes? 220, 50. 500? Well, this is just way better. This is way better than the Super Stallion. Although, yeah, the Osprey's better. And I'm going to take the guns off it, because I don't care about that. I'm going to take guns off this as well, I don't care about... Oh, that's free anyway. Pylons. Oh, you can put rockets on them. Don't see the point. So that's our transport. That's our other transport, and then this is our attack. So we've got 2 Sidewinders, which are... You know, it's this infrared AA, but then what's this? You can't... Oh, that's seed. You can put seed missiles on them? That's pretty funny, actually. But, yeah. It's a bit odd because, so if I want, let's say, yeah, so I can't just bring a seed one and bring an AA one in separate tabs. It doesn't work like that. So what I really want in life is this, because it's cheap, with the worst rockets to make it even cheaper, and just a bunch of Sidewinders. Well, 2 Sidewinders, and then this will be my AA helicopter. So we've got 2 AA helicopters, and then we've got 1 I actually kill things helicopter, and we will not have the sidearm on that because, well, actually it's that or the Sidewinder, so we might as well. And then the inner pylons, yeah, we'll have Hellfires, and then the outer pylons will have guided rockets. What's the? Does it require guiding? Like, can it not shoot if it's not guided? Just the fact that there are more of them. It's important. Or you could just bring even more Hellfires. Interesting. The helicopters that the Americans currently get access to are just not as good as the Soviet ones. There's no Apaches, as you've probably noticed. So yeah, we'll just do this as like a rocket helo. And I don't see the point in paying extra for guided rockets because I don't know how to guide them. But that does leave us with 60 points free on this tab, which should be enough for this. Oh, can't count. Can't count. Can't count. You hate to see it. So, sadly not. Yeah. Final tab, air. So, you get different... So the Harriers, tried using them, they're really not very survivable. They're just not very good. You can put a lot of things on them, but they're just not very good. This is the same Harrier, but with less spotting ability, and does not have laser designation. This is your seed, so I just put loads of seed on it. 4 seed. Suppression of enemy air defenses. So it fires missiles that home in on the enemy radars. And this is the F-35B fighter jet, which I use as like a bomb dropper. Don't really care about its anti-air ability, although it does have some. I use the Hornet for the anti-air, so I've got lots of AMRAAMs on this Hornet. Can the Sparrow shoot at helicopters? No. Seeker type passive. I think the AMRAAM's better. Although its pen is worse. So yeah, just 6 AMRAAMs for spamming AMRAAMs, and it's also got 2 Sidewinders for helicopters. I would actually increase the number of Sidewinders if I can. I can. Great. So it's now a equal parts aircraft and helo hunter. So that's good. I'm glad I had a look at that. That goes over. This goes over. And then, yeah, this is my JDAM dropper. Just like in real life, they only use these to, like, bomb farmers and stuff. And then we got the harms, so... Yeah. So if I buy 2 of these, it goes over by 75 points. But I can't save 75 points. Because you can't just choose nothing on the outer pylons. So I can only get 1 of them. And that's the US deck build. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the description, subscribe, etc. And I'll see you in game if I ever get in game.